Thank you, guys. Again, as I said earlier, KnuckleMania 4 is in the books. It was a great night of fights. Some unfortunate injuries. Some very, very unbelievable finishes. Great crowd, enthusiastic, great announcements. Just an all-in-all great night to wrap up our debut here in the great state of California, Los Angeles. What a fucking night. We did a little bit over 7,100 in attendance. From what we're finding out now, our viewership numbers are the most views we've ever had on any fight ever in history for BKFC. So this was a really good night for us. We're over 12 million live viewers worldwide. So that was a phenomenal night for us. Fight of the night is David Diaz versus Shane Jordan. I thought they all let it hang out, and it was just an unbelievable fight. We have about, I think I marked down 12 bonuses we're given tonight. I'm not going to announce every one of them, but I think we marked down an additional 12 bonuses because I told the guys in the locker room, it's our debut in California. You got to go out there and fight your asses off, and these guys went out there and they fought their asses off, and they're going to get paid for it. Knockout of the night is one of my favorite boxers of all time, El Perro. Alfredo Angulo. I mean, this guy, first time there, Jeremiah Riggs swarmed him, grabbed him by the back of his hair, and was hitting him. And Alfredo Angulo came back with a devastating knockout, a viral knockout, and I'm happy for him. It was just a great night for us, man. I'm very, very happy about being here in Los Angeles, and obviously we had a major announcement tonight too. We accepted or entered into an agreement with a very large combat sports enthusiast, Conor McGregor. He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now. All right, guys. You want to handle questions, Brian?
Yeah. Put your hand up if you have a question. I'll come over to you. I'll give you the mic. Media, I'm coming to you. Oh, it's jam-packed with media here. Let's go to you first, sir.
Dave, congratulations on a successful event. Before I ask about some other things, let's just talk about this event tonight. You know, when BKFC started 5-6 years ago, I believe it was, to get to California, I'm sure was something that, you know, was a big goal of yours to get into this market. So now that it's happened, can you just put into perspective what that means to you and to this company?
I mean, it's like in life, right? You want to get somewhere in life and you got to break down barriers. And we broke down barriers. We hit speed bumps. We hit dead ends. And, you know, a lot of people didn't really want us to succeed. So we had to try even harder and do things even better than we were supposed to do them. And we did that. We did it that way. And we put on great fights, and we made sure the fighters were safe. And we did everything we were supposed to do. And California finally accepted us. And it was a big, big step in the regulatory movement for BKFC. And it's just, I'm so happy to be here. The commission was just unbelievable to deal with. Very, very happy to be here in California.
Mike Perry has clearly established himself as your biggest face, you know, your biggest name, your biggest star. He's had quite the resurgence in his post-UFC career with you. Can you just talk about what it means to have him on your roster and what he's bringing in terms of attention and eyeballs?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, when you enter into a partnership, it has to work for both sides, right? Mike Perry was at the end of his UFC run. He wasn't doing great in UFC. I saw that people liked him and they were talking about him, so we brought him over here and we gave him an opportunity in bare knuckle. And he took advantage of it and made the most of it. And he's the king of violence. I mean, he is now the face of BKFC, absolutely, and probably one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in BKFC. The guy, he's very confident. And when you're confident, it's really, really hard to stop you. You just go out there and do what you have to do, and you're not worried about what the other guy's going to do. And when you do that, you're a very, very dangerous person.
And continuing with Perry here, you know, afterwards, he's going ballistic in the cage. He's yelling, screaming at the top of his lungs. He's directing some of that towards you because he wants title shot. What are your thoughts on that?
Bring it on. He can have that title shot if he wants it. I think that Dave Mundell, who has been fighting for us, who has been calling out Mike Perry, I think he deserves it. I'm not 100% sure that's next, but I think it's something that the both guys are asking for, and if they're asking for it and the fans want to see it, let's give it to them.
Okay. All right. Then I want to ask about Conor McGregor. It's a very exciting time, obviously, for the company and partnering up with Conor McGregor. How exactly, or give an idea of like what do you think will change now with him in the mix? How does this, how does it look moving forward with him now?
I mean, you got the guy who has the most downloaded or most viewed movie in Amazon history, right? I mean, it wasn't because of his acting. Not that he was bad at acting, but it wasn't because of his acting. It was because it was Conor McGregor. It wasn't Jake Gyllenhaal that drove those views. It was Conor McGregor that drove those views. He's one of the most popular guys in the entire world. He's one of the most popular or influential combat sports fighters of all time, or personalities of all time. I mean, you tell me. You get a guy like that who anything he touches turns to gold. I want that Midas touch for us, so we brought it over.
Go.
David, congratulations on the big event. Huge history in the making. Staying on the same subject of Conor McGregor, how did those conversations start?
He came to our event. Actually, in 2 days, it'll be a year in Denver. He jumped in the ring. He called out Mike Perry, in fun. And one thing led to another. We partnered with his beer, Forged Irish Stout, and they became a sponsor of us. And, he fell in love with this. I mean, we had some unbelievable conversations, some great ideas already exchanging. It was funny. I was telling my wife, I was dying for Conor McGregor to call me. Now the guy won't stop calling me. Like, it's unbelievable. He is so excited about this thing. I really think it completely takes it to the next level.
Do you think that with Conor being now a partial owner in the BKFC organization, do you think Dana White is punching air right now?
Listen, Dana White has a juggernaut with the UFC. I mean, Conor McGregor certainly moves the needle for him, but he's very, very successful without him. So I'm not that he's fighting for us. I'm saying, but as him promoting our product, who knows, right? I mean, you're probably a little mad. Your number one star is going to talk about a different company, so you're probably not very happy about it. But he's not worried about us. Not yet.
Yeah.
David, Tylen with the Weekly Bus. I just want to congratulate you for showing up in LA and performing the way you guys did. Your guys' production looked incredible, first and foremost. My question for you going into this is that you've had a lot of excitement throughout the night, and one of those excitement draws is that you had Taylor Holder and Bryce Hall exchange some words mid-show, and they did throw down. Do you have any details or any word on that?
Those things happen. I didn't know it was going to happen. Unfortunately, it trickled over into something else, and it's not the kind of thing that we really want to do here. But look, if those guys want to take the gloves off and bang it out, we're all for it.
Yes, sir. And then with Lorenzo's fight, Lorenzo is probably one of the biggest draws of BKFC and was perhaps looked at as the GOAT until tonight's misfortune for him. But going into this fight, we expected the really, really, really big war to go down. Can you explain what happened to the fans who doesn't quite understand, who didn't know or didn't see what happened, happened with Lorenzo Hunt?
Absolutely. Look, Lorenzo always comes to fight, as he did. He came to fight. He got cracked, I think it was with an uppercut, and he got dropped. And when he got dropped, he hit his arm on the floor, and his elbow popped out. I mean, I saw the elbow. Actually, the bone of the elbow was out. So, I didn't question that at all. And, the guy always comes. He has heart, and he always comes to fight. And he came to fight tonight, an unfortunate, accident.
Just wanted to get your thoughts on Mick Terrell, not only tonight with the knockout, but all week, because Lorenzo's a guy that's been known to get in everybody's head, and we see it play into the fight. Some guys don't show up on fight night because of the antics during the week. Mick was calm. Lorenzo was sitting in his seat at one point. I think he pushed him in his head. Mick didn't do anything. He didn't retaliate. He went in there. He handled business tonight. So I just want to get your thoughts on Mick Terrell.
Mick was just calm, cool, and collective, very, very classy, always been classy, came out to a classy song. He's just a classy guy. He doesn't let that affect him, and you saw it in the fight. He wasn't, too concerned about anything, and he went out there and finished the job.
And then as far as Lorenzo Hunt goes, would you recommend that he drops back down, or would you entertain him still fighting at heavyweight?
Yeah, I think I definitely think he should stay at 205. I think that's his weight right now. Not that he didn't perform tonight. I mean, he did. He came out. He fought. He did what he had to do. But I think he's not tall enough for that weight division. And I think that extra muscle that he added on, I don't think it was great for him.
And then as far as the heavyweight title goes now, are we looking at Ben Rothwell? I've heard rumors that Mark Hunt might be throwing his name in there as well. How does the heavyweight picture look right now?
I don't think the Ben wants to fight for the championship. I'm looking at him now. Yeah, look, I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, you got a guy, Ben Rothwell, who supports the hell out of the company. You got another guy, Mick Terrell, who's very good to the company as well. They both came off good wins. They're both on a very good streak, and I think it's a collision course, so I think that's what's next.
Dave over here. Want to ask, obviously getting to California was a big one. I mean, what is the next hurdle for BKFC as you guys keep growing, just new markets and everywhere else that you guys want to bring the show?
I mean, it's just it's the same old, still just breaking perception. It's a perception play, and people think that it's way more brutal than anything else out there. And when we provide the data, they know that we don't have as many injuries as the other combat sports. So I think it's just breaking perception and keep knocking, kicking open doors. I mean, that's what we do. We just kick open doors.
You talked about, with California, all the regulations. Have you gotten any feedback on what they liked about the show and how everything was handled out there in the ring tonight?
I think they were very, very happy. I think there was one or two small little incidents, and it's a learning process dealing with a different commission every time. I think they were happy. All the commissioners told me it was a phenomenal event, and they're happy to have us and happy to have us back. So, I think the fighters came out and they performed. We drew a good crowd. It was an exciting event. So why wouldn't you want us back?
Hey, Dave, tonight you had Alfredo Angulo, Daniel Alvarez, and David Diaz all showing out. Mexican fighters, Southern California, really did their thing out there. What do you have to say about those three fighters?
Viva Mexico.
For David Diaz, it was a draw with Shane Jordan. Is that something that you guys would entertain a run back?
Would love to run that one back. Look, I don't know if you guys missed the announcement, but we're launching in Mexico on May 25th on TV Azteca, the second largest TV company in Mexico. It's truly going to be an unbelievable partnership. They told me when I was down there for the press conference on Tuesday that they want to make this the biggest sport in all of Mexico. So we have a lot of power behind us. We're going to put on a hell of a show there in May. And look, man, Mexican fighters, they come to fight. Look what Alfredo Angulo did tonight. I mean, unbelievable.
That is my last question is about Alfredo Angulo. You said he's one of your favorite boxers of all time. He came in here. He had the devastating knockout tonight. Do you have any immediate plans or ideas that what you want to do next for him?
Look, when the boxers come over, I'm always a little concerned because they're used to getting hit with gloves, obviously, right? And this is bare knuckle, and it's a little different. And I wanted to see what was going to happen when Alfredo Angulo got hit with a bare knuckle. And he ate it. And he threw right back, and he scored one of the most devastating knockouts we had all year so far.
Hey, boss, congratulations. It's truly incredible to see what you've built. I watched an interview you did in February with this podcast. I want to give him credit. I think it's called Tycoon Tales. And you talk about the year 2016 and how you were just at such a low point. And you had $262 to your name. You were diagnosed with cancer. And you just had a really bad day. And it could have gotten a lot worse. But you decided to take a video, just motivating yourself. How often do you still watch that video today as you're on top of the combat game?
I mean, I never want to be in that spot again, and I want to be able to help people not be in that spot again. I watch it a lot. I mean, it was a point in my life that I think, when I was done with that video, I said, I'll never be in this fucking place again, and I'm going to the fucking top. And guess what? Motherfuckers, we're going to the fucking top.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! All right, David, so this is going to be the draw. This is the Weekly Buzz, Thailand. Again, we want to bring up the King of Violence, Mike Perry. He's had a couple people that just seemed like they weren't up to par to maybe fight the King of Violence. There are a couple champions that are homegrown here that do want to bark and enter that tree of fighting him. Mike Perry seems to be the draw. We have two very large names in BKFC that are screaming for Mike Perry. One of those is Dave Mundell, and the other is a very, very, very challenging fighter, Luis Palomino. You know, what are your thoughts as far as entertaining Mike Perry versus one of your homegrown fighters like that?
I think it's good. I talked about it earlier with Mundell. Then Palomino threw his name in the hat. Palomino's going to have a fight in August, and he's going to fight a rematch with Austin Trout. He gets through that. I mean, definitely it would be very, very intriguing for us. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey Dave, Jenny with Knuckle Hub here. Thank you for putting on such an amazing performance for us tonight. My question is, now that BKFC is just continuing to grow, what would you say to people who have doubted or had negative things to say about BKFC as a sport?
Fuck you.
Congratulations again on tonight's accomplishment. The big question that comes up is, what about a return to Los Angeles, and what are you going to do to help follow up this great show tonight?
So this was a very, very big week for us. Our parent company, Triller, has entered into a merger to become a public company, which means a lot of funding for us. So that was a huge, huge thing for us this week. And then we did this partnership with Conor McGregor. And then we put on one of our best shows we've ever put on. So this trifecta, I think, just moves us into an unbelievable position. Gets a lot of fighters that want to fight for us. I was sitting next to Nate Diaz tonight. He was watching the Perry fight with me, and he was like, this isn't what I thought. He was like, congratulations, it's unbelievable. And I'm like, Nate, let's go, baby, let's go. And he's got a fight ahead of him, but, you know, we'll see what happens. But look, more and more big names are coming here for a couple of reasons. It's different. It's not as bad on the whole entire body. So they're concentrating on one craft. It's way more exciting than any fucking thing else out there. Way more exciting. And
Yeah. Hell yeah.
and we treat the fighters like they're fucking family. And I think fighters need to be treated a little differently. And I think we do a great job of doing that.
All right, Dave, I think we have time for one or two more.
Levi from the Weekly Bust. So tonight, with being in Los Angeles, do you think that helps open the door to Las Vegas next?
I mean, they're all going to. It was like at the beginning, because look, this room was filled with media, and I want to say thank you guys so much, because without you guys, we would be nothing. But I also want to say that when I started it, none of you people would talk to me. None of you guys talked to me. And I'm saying that for a reason, because eventually you have to cover it, right? It becomes exciting. We start making moves. We have big fights. Everybody's talking about it, so you got to cover it. So eventually all these states are going to open up because they have to. They're not going to be able to say no soon. And we have a great product, and we put on a great show. And the most important thing for these states is we treat the fighters right, make sure that they're looked after safety-wise. We sell a lot of fucking tickets, and we get a lot of fucking views.
Fernando Pimentel, 210 Boxing TV. I wanted to know, you mentioned Austin Trout's about to have another rematch and a fight and everything. You love El Perro, Alfredo Angulo. Are there any other boxers that you are actually seeking to bring into BKFC, and at the same time, other former MMA fighters into BKFC as well?
Yeah, man, I mean, there's a slew of them. We have a lot of them. We're in talks with some of the biggest names in boxing. We're in talks with some of the biggest names in MMA, and I think the events that happened this week for us put us in a great position to pull that off now. So I'm not going to mention the names, but I'm telling you, yes, like in the next 3 months, there's going to be a sign-in spree here.
All right, last one for David Feldman.
Two-part question. Dave, yeah, just to follow up on my previous question, in that same interview, you also talked about how you never forget where you came from. How often do you reflect on the journey? How would you describe the journey? And with all that being said, how vindicated do you feel after all you've been through, seeing what you've built in this juggernaut?
You know, it's been a really tough journey. I mean, you know, I've been through a lot in my life, and, you know, a lot. And to be here today, talking to all you people, when having that almost packed house out there, having all these people view it, biggest guy in combat sports wants to partner with me. He wants to partner with me. Some guy that started, listen, I started this in 2009 in warehouses with a guy I think that's in this room, Bobby Gunn. We started in fucking warehouses with 10 people there. And now we sold out this venue tonight. It's just a phenomenal feeling. I just say, don't let people tell you that you can't do something. You know, they only tell you they can't do something. You can't do something because they can't do it. So fuck them.
Were you ever close? Yeah. You went through so many trials and tribulations to get here, man. Honestly, though, was there ever a time where you were close to quitting on this dream?
Yesterday. Every fucking day I get close to quitting. Look, this is a tough journey. This is not easy. This is a roller coaster ride, and we're building something special. And when I sit back and look and I see what we're building, we keep driving. But I mean, this is not an easy ride.
Last one for me, boss. I came up from San Diego today. They love combat sports down there. They had Bellator 300 down there, one of the jiu-jitsu hubs of the world. Now that you're sanctioned in the state of California, when can you come to my hometown of San Diego, man?
We'll see. Look, we have actually an event. I can officially announce it now. We have an event July 12th at Pechanga Casino. Yeah, we're going to be there, and then we're going to go up to, in the fall, we're going to go up to Sacramento.
Dave, I don't know if you heard that off mic. Someone's yelling, you're the man. Long live Dave Feldman. They're yelling. They're having a great time out here talking to you. But David Feldman, give it up for him.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Very successful night for David Feldman and Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody who came out. Thank you, everybody who supports me and us fighters, that everything that we do and go through. It's amazing. You know, it's nothing like it with, you know, unless we were having like shootouts as a sport, like shootout with pistols and shit. That would be the only step up from this. And I don't want it, so people know, like, please don't shoot at me, bro.
Hey, Mike, you were saying a lot of things in the ring after the fight. You are the king of violence, and you seem comfortable at 185. There's a guy at 175 that wants to fight you, but there's also a guy who's in the same gym as him that's fighting for the 185-pound title on June 21st. If Jared Warren happens to win the 185-pound title, does that fight interest you, as well as the other one from the Shift Gym?
I like Captain Deadpool, man, because you can't kill Deadpool. So, but you could probably, you know, I might be able to outbox him. Look at my biggest cheerleader fan back there. He tried to make a titanium belt or whatever he made. Bro, you ain't worth shit. You ain't never gonna be worth shit. I knocked you out twice, pussy. You got knocked the fuck out. Sleeping. And you ain't beat nobody worth a damn cent. So shut the fuck up and move on. Okay,
all right, Mike, we have one right over here.
Mike Perry, right here down the middle. Wondering what a night like tonight means to you. You know, you've obviously in your post-UFC career just become such a force for BKFC. What does it mean to you to headline a night like tonight?
Did you see the energy that I had when I did get that win? Like I said, prior to the fight, before I got that win, I talked my shit because I knew I was going to get in there and fight regardless of the outcome. I was going to get in there and do whatever I do, whether I take the hits, I take them like a man, I keep coming forward, and I hit back. And motherfuckers don't like it when Platinum hit back. So, you know, talk is cheap, but I talked before, I screamed before. The fans was cheering, right, for like exciting, adrenaline-filled type stuff. But then I came out and they was like, damn, I'm not too sure what to think about that. And then I came out there and did what I did. And then I jumped on the mic and I had tons of energy left over for everybody else left in the building. So I'm smashing shit and I'm letting it be known, because why else do this? You know what I mean? Like, we fight, you know, I can be humble and, you know, have humility. I respect American Top Team. Obviously, they're one of the biggest, almost a monopoly as far as like having a gym and having fighters enter mixed martial arts. And to compete against them, you know, like they're big in South Florida and I'm a Central Florida guy. So we've been, you know, fighting against them for a long time, and you know, my hands are like, you know, I wore my Hublot tonight low key because Floyd Mayweather used to always wear Hublot on his shorts when he fought, and I'm a big boxing fan, and like, you know, I'm from Michigan, from Flint, Michigan. I was born there, and he's from Grand Rapids, and you know, I got the hands, bro.
Mike, we know you're always down to have the smoke with anybody. Clearly, some of the boys here are also ready to dance too. You even mentioned Darren Till. Is that a fight that's just, you know what, you just need that one? Like, what would Mike Perry want if he could pick that opponent and it would materialize for him next?
No, I think that fight is something that a lot of people have wanted for a long time, including me and him. And he's talking big shit. You know, he's talking his shit, but he ain't doing nothing. I'm talking shit and I'm out here doing it. So, you know, get your ass. He say he in the gym or whatever. He working and he with, you know, Hamzat's undefeated, and but he over there in the MMA world, you know, chasing that gold. And, you know, I'm better than gold. I am the gold over here. I'm above it. I'm platinum.
Mike Perry,
what's up?
How big of a Brinks truck is Dave Feldman going to need for the next fight?
Yo, did you see that crowd? The crowd was beautiful. The setup, I don't know, you know, how it looked or how they felt about it. I don't know if they had TVs to help them zoom in on some of the action as far as being out there, because it was deep out there. Like, it was like a mile back. I felt like DMX when he played for the whole continent.
And then one more for me. I know everybody likes to ask about Mike Perry, the fighter, but how is Mike Perry, the man, doing right now?
Oh, man. I mean, as a fighter, you know, I had a lot on the line. And it's like today, you know, you go through a roller coaster of emotions when you're sitting in your room and you're like, fuck, I'm just hurry up and wait, you know? And then I go downstairs and like in a couple of things, like I was trying to get tickets into people's hands today, and that was kind of frustrating. And like I was, you know, I'm an angry guy sometimes and I like to use it to my advantage. And you know, sometimes when I'm in the ring, like before, I was like, and I didn't know if that was a show or if that's who I am, but like I can control those switches and I can turn them on and off. And today when I went down to the lobby and I realized, you know, all these people were here supporting us fighters and this event, and they wanted a good show and entertainment, and, you know, the nerves that I felt, you know, I just started smiling and like being nice, because these people spend their hard-earned money and they come out here and they want to be entertained. And, you know, I did an interview before all this, and I was like, you know, that's one thing that the fear comes from before a fight. I'm like, I just want to make sure that I'm putting on a show and like I perform before I would ever quit or give up. And sometimes beforehand, you're like, shit, man, all I want to do is trip and fall and have to be taken to the hospital so that I don't have to get in the ring. But like, I love that feeling, because I fight it every time and I get in there, and I never not get in there. I always get in there and I always do my thing.
Hey there, Mike. Congratulations on tonight. You are truly the face of bare knuckle. There's nobody to debate it no more. You've proved all the naysayers wrong. Congratulations to you, man. Platinum. You are extremely platinum.
Thank you.
My question here, though, is as far as Mike Perry goes, and you know, the star power that you bring, what are your thoughts and what is your message to Conor McGregor coming in as an owner?
Shit, thank you, man. I know you see it. You know, we all love Conor McGregor's fights. We all love. I mean, he's the biggest combat sports star in history, probably. Besides, you know, I mean, we all still love Mike Tyson. He's still about to do something big on this Netflix thing. But Conor McGregor, nobody moved that needle like him. And the Irish fans, like the Irish fan base is like the #1 combat sports fan base, because they travel across the world to come and see Conor McGregor all the time. So, you know, he's just done remarkable things. And I remember still to this day, when he knocked out Jose Aldo, what I thought about it, I was just like, damn, bro, because I knew Jose and I didn't know Conor. So he got me back then. The same way Ryan Garcia got our ass the other day when we thought he was crazy, and then he beat the 31-0. And he showed up and fought like a man, and I can look at those things and respect those things, and because I'm out here trying to do those things too. And I may not always do it clean. Like Conor McGregor pieced up Eddie Alvarez in the ring, and it was a little different than the way it went with me. But I haven't fought longer than fucking 4 minutes in like 3 years, dude. Like my shit don't go long at all. I'm out here hurting people, or they quit, or they give up. I break their hearts, and Conor's always got heart. Even when we've seen him down, he's still to be heard. And they took him out on a stretcher, and he was still telling people how he felt about shit, but I'll beat anybody in the world, period.
So with that said, then Mike, you do have a man that's over here screaming.
Anybody worth my fucking time? This fucking idiot not worth shit, bro. He worth $10. I knocked him out twice. What are we talking about here? I don't give a fuck, bitch. You caught the hands both times. Who was the one shooting? Shut the fuck up. Get his dumb ass on somewhere. Yeah, bitch, pussy.
Okay, a little change in the mood here.
He got his moment. He got to talk, but he ain't have shit to say.
Mike, we got one right over here, bud. Right over here. Over here.
Mike, over here. Hey, Mike.
What's up, bro?
Hey, congratulations on tonight's win. Since you were feeling in a nice mood when I formulated the question before that, I'll still take the risk of asking this. In light of Thiago's announcement of his retirement, do you have any words for him or reflections on that, knowing that you're his last match and such?
Oh, Thiago.
Sorry.
It sounded like Diego, but it was Thiago, so it was still kind of Thiago. Look. I'm grateful for the opportunity that I had tonight to face him, the pit bull. There was a time, if you look on YouTube, there's a fight that I had where they called me, it was Mike Pitbull Perry. And, that was only that one time. And, of course, I respect Thiago. He was a champion here, so it was an honor to fight against him. And I tried to let him know I was coming for him. I tried to cuss in his face and get the annex going before the fight. And I wasn't sure. I thought he was focused and was ready. He split me good, right? But I'm just platinum, and it is quite the conductor of energy. So.
All right, Mike Perry, another one over here.
Respect to Thiago. Thank you, sir.
What's up, Platinum? JD11 Network here. I wanted to ask, man, first of all, I got to say congratulations on your meteoric rise. It has been so fucking dope to see. But I got to ask, man, when you reflect back in 2021, when you cut ties with the UFC, where was your head at? Could you have possibly imagined even the slightest bit of you becoming now one of the biggest draws in combat sports?
Yeah, man. I always believed that I was going to fight people for just entertaining performances, and because I had something that no other fighters have. Like, there are fighters that are really smart and articulated, and like they put their game plans together really well. And like I grew up in the hardest place of the sport. Like, I grew up in the UFC. I was one of the guys who got in young. Like, when I first got to the UFC, I fought 3 times in 4 months as soon as I got there. And I had banger fights. And then people, then I realized people had game plans and shit. I just fought people. So it's kind of natural for me. And throwing the hands is definitely all I've ever tried to do. I've always been this brawler. and I'm trying to be prettier at it. I'm trying to be better at it, be a better boxer at it at all times. I'm still learning at this age and still learning. I'm dangerous.
And with your meteoric rise, it doesn't really matter what city you fight in, you're going to be able to sell tickets. Now that you are sanctioned in California, man, I got to ask, being from San Diego, it would be such a fucking honor to see you fight there. Would you be down to fight in San Diego now that you guys are sanctioned in California?
Yeah, man, I had a good time working with the California Commission. I was very happy to get a victory here tonight. The crowd looked amazing. It was very beautiful. And I could only hope to have a bigger, more beautiful setup next time and put on a better show for the people from all over the nation. I know people came out from all over, East Coast to West Coast. Man, I'm United States all day. United States against everybody, bro. So I'm US all day. So we could go anywhere too, because as a real fighter, I love traveling overseas and beating up guys in their own hometown and being like, USA in this bitch.
Mike, right here to your left. Fernando Pimentel, 210 Boxing TV. You mentioned Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Conor McGregor, all faces of their sports. Gentleman over there literally called you the face of BKFC. What do you need to do to continue to keep that up, for you to continue to be the face of this promotion and lift this up to where it needs to be lifted?
Relentless warrior, bro. Never give up, never quit, keep going. Listen to, the hate's gonna come, people are gonna hate, people are gonna try to want to get in, but like they gotta earn their spot. And I've been earning my spot, and I continue to earn my spot. And the more pressure on my shoulders, the more I feel I have to earn. And I proved tonight that I can have it all on the line and I can perform. And like, it's not even fair. Like, it's not even fair. Like, I didn't even give you guys a show. You guys need to bring me back next week so I can fucking give you a show. But who am I gonna fight? Who's gonna fight me that you guys want to see? I need a big, I'm kind of clearing it out here. There's only, who's a big star that got the hands and can take it like me? There's not one. Platinum's one of a kind, man.
Well, Mike, we're all excited to see what's going to be next for you. The face of bare knuckle, the king of violence, the platinum one himself. Give it up for Mike Perry. Another great fight tonight. Mike, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, everybody.
Thiago, this is Jordan from the Knuckle Hub. Congratulations on your performance. Great seeing you in the ring, veteran of the sport. What's next for you?
I'm going back to retirement. I pretty much was already retired, but didn't make any announcement or anything because I wanted to do one more, and this was it. Unfortunately, didn't go my way, but I've been fighting professionally since I was 15 years old. Took this fight in 8-week notice. I lost my mother on April 5th, so I've been through a lot, and I put my family through a lot already. And I'm happy being a coach, living the life that I live. I got no regrets, unfortunately. I mean, it's almost impossible to go out on top, when you compete at this level. But I'm happy with the man I see in the mirror, and on to the next one, right?
My condolences, brother. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Career-wise, I noticed something that you graduated from the police academy. Is that something that you're going through career-wise?
Oh, no. I respect law enforcement, big time. I was going to become a cop right after, leaving the UFC, but then I got my BKFC contract, so that changed it up. And then a lot of things started happening outside of fighting. But no, I'm not planning to be a cop right now. I got a good thing going, an American Top Team, and being a director for an online training platform called Life Train as well. So we're going to stay with that and try to grow the business.
Combat Tribune. With bare knuckle fighting obviously starting to establish something, and you being a trainer, is this something you could see actually being students in specifically to train for bare knuckle fighting?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much boxing. You got to focus on a few different things and a high guard, different blocks and everything, but it's mainly boxing, at the highest level. You got to be very precise with your punches. You got to make sure that, you're fast, you have a high guard. So, yeah, I think bare knuckle boxing is it is here now, and we all know about it. We're all excited to be here. It's an honor, to be able to compete 3 times in this organization, become their first middleweight champion. And I'm honored to be here, man. Again, it didn't go the way I wanted, but I've been around this business for a very long time. I know that one man needs to win, and congratulations, Mike Perry.
Thiago, right here in the middle. Gabriel Gonzalez, Cage Side Press. Thiago, can you just walk us through a little bit of that ending of the fight? Obviously, I think a few fans are wondering, like, wait, what's he feeling? What happened out there?
So I got dropped, and I was getting up, and then the referee, was looking at me and told me take a few steps, and I did, and I guess he didn't like what he saw, But I figure I go out on my shield, but that wasn't the case today. So.
And then obviously fans who have followed your career know you've had quite the highlight reel and just a lot to be proud of. When you look back at it, just what are the biggest moments that you're very proud of and you'll remember fondly for your life?
That's a few, but one of the moments that, I really cherish is when I was out for almost 2 years and I had 4 surgeries in this moment. I was able to come back and fight in Orlando, and I was able to get a fight of the night. The guy that I beat at the time just had beat Neil Magny, so I had a lot of pressure in that fight because, if you don't compete for 2 years at this level that we're competing, man, you're pretty much forgotten. So I was very proud of this moment. I was able to fight and win and Performers of the Night.
Right here to your left, Fernando Pimentel, once again, 210 Boxing TV. First and foremost, condolences on that, losing a parent. I know how difficult that is. But considering that you just announced going back into retirement, do you have a final message for the fans that have followed you from way before UFC 100 to all the way now and where we see you and where you've been? Do you have a final message for them?
I do, man. I'm just thankful. I came here, I was 19 years old. I had $40 on my name. I spoke no English. Just a little kid from Brazil, with the dream, become one of the best fighters in the world. I think I was able to do that. I became a world champion, one of the most savage sports, badass sports out there, bare knuckle boxing. And I'm just thankful, thankful to be able to provide a good life for my family, be able to leave this business, in perfect health. And yeah, man, I'm just thankful to be here.
Hey, Thiago, congratulations on a phenomenal career in combat sports, and God bless you and your family. I'm dealing with the death of a parent, too, so I empathize with you, brother. God bless you. I wanted to ask, man, you've been in the game for a long time, man. You're most well-known for your fight with GSP at UFC 100. At the time when you fought him, it was the biggest card in UFC history. Now, in the present moment, you fought in the biggest card in BKFC history. How would you compare the two? Which one did you think was more monumental, and which one means more to you?
I think this one means more to me, because it's the present. This is the biggest show, for this organization. I think this organization is going to take over the world. I'm happy to be, one of the first guys that, since I joined BKFC back in the days, you see all the big names start coming in. So I was able to, kind of like break ground in a way, and become the first champion at the middleweight division. So yeah, definitely this card, was definitely special for me, especially after everything I've been through,
And you fought so many big names throughout your career, but fighting Mike Perry, the guy's becoming a bona fide superstar in all of combat sports. How big of a superstar do you think he truly is?
He's the man. Mike is, the real deal. And you got to respect his history. You got to respect what he was able to accomplish, inside of the octagon and inside of the square cage.
All right, Thiago Pitbull Alves, I got one more for you back here on your retirement here. This is crazy to hear this.
Absolutely, man. Big Face Knuckle Town official. Thiago, not so much a question, man, but you've been such a huge name in combat sports for the last decade plus, man. From all the media and the fans, man, thank you for a great career. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Thiago, I think it's the perfect way to end it, man. Thank you. We appreciate you. God bless you and your family. Thank you for your time in combat sports.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on up.
Let me take my nose tampon off. That'll be a fun one. This will be awesome. Better get a big win. Money fight. You can.
As you can hear, the crowd very excited about the potential of this.
Hey, Mick, big face, Knuckletown official. Man, first of all, congratulations on a crazy win there. I do have something to say. I want to ask you, now the Juggernaut's known, as we talked about earlier, about the mental games he likes to play before the fights. A lot was said before this fight, back and forth. Do you have anything you'd like to say to Juggernaut now that you've won the fight?
Well, the problem with the Juggernaut is the Juggernaut likes to try and press people's buttons. And I just says, I'm quite a calm person, and anyways, I've just done nothing. But I think the one that hurt the most was when he tried to call us a white supremacist. I just thought that was a shitbag trick, you know. And then when he tried to sit in my seat and he says he's not getting up, guess what? He hasn't getting up, he went down.
One more follow-up question, champ, absolutely. What do you think about a possible matchup with Big Ben Rothwell next?
If Big Ben Rothwell's the next match, that's the next match. It doesn't bother me who it is. I just turn up. Ben Rothwell needs to cut down to 265 though. Whoosh. No, that's just the weight, mate. It's just a number, so it shouldn't matter. Let's stop being chunky.
All right, Ben Rothwell having some words.
He's busy eating a pizza. He's busy eating a pizza now. Save us a slice. Save us a slice.
Off camera, Ben Rothwell having some words with Mick Terrell. We'll go to the next question right over here.
Fernando Pimentel again, 210 Boxing. Mick, right here. What? Over here, right here. Oh, yeah. My question to you is, given the fact that Lorenzo talked the talk and tried to walk the walk, are you in any way, shape, or form disappointed on how this fight ended? I know you got the victory, but are you disappointed that it didn't last longer or go any longer than when it went?
To be fair, I wanted to hurt him a lot more than what I did. I found when I was hitting him, I think I was hurting him. And then we clinched, and he wasn't very strong in the clinch. So I've actually cut 20 pounds down to 250, and he's put 40 pounds on to get up to 230. So I was obviously naturally going to be stronger. And I don't know, he just thinks he's full of muscles, he's going to push you around, but he didn't. And when I did catch him out, I cut it, he did go down. I know he's hurt his arm. I've seen the replay. He has really seriously hurt his arm. I hope he has a speedy recovery. But he went down, and he didn't even punch me.
Hey there, Mick. Congratulations on your win on retaining the title here tonight. Thailand with the weekly bust. My question here is, you came in, you looked incredible. You look physically incredible, man. Lorenzo wanted to talk about what kind of shape you might come in. Well, you came in tremendous shape. You look great. You performed extremely well. Is this the win that you kind of wanted, though, with Lorenzo's injury?
It doesn't really bother us. A win's a win to me. If Lorenzo's fell over and broke his arm, he should stop getting punched. I uppercutted him, he went down. It's the way he went. But when you go on about physique, it was by luck, really, because I got that norovirus about 6-7 weeks ago, and I lost a stone. It was the best thing that ever happened to us.
Looks good, buddy. Looks good.
Mick, over here, congratulations on your win tonight, brother. With the UK being the birthplace of bare knuckle, what did it mean for you to bring that belt home back at BKFC 56 against Arnold Allen? And then what does it mean for you to bring the belt home back again tonight?
Obviously, it's a great achievement to bring it back, especially this is the biggest bare knuckle promotion in the world. But it's hard work when you get back. You get noticed a lot more now. I can't go for a meal with my wife anymore, and I kind of go on the drink with my friends and stuff without people on you. And usually I like to keep my head down, you know. But it's a little bit exposure. I've just got to get used to it, I think.
Okay. Combat Tribune. At the end of the fight, when he was hurt, it looked like you two had said something to each other. Do you care to share the words that were exchanged between you two in the ring?
I just says if he wants to run it back, he can run it back. You know, obviously it was an injury. I still like Lorenzo. He's still my favourite fighter to watch. So I let him know. I says, you're still my favourite fighter. But if you want to run it back, I'll beat you up again.
Jenny here with Knuckle Hub. What a great performance you put on tonight. What do you feel about people like Lorenzo, who's going from different weight classes and trying to take belts? What is your opinion there?
I've been there myself. I started off, I used to fight at 80 kilo, 85 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds in America, and in the UK it's 80 kilograms. It was light. It's 12 stone. So I was the same as Lorenzo at one point. I've come from 12 stone, 13 stone, 14, all the way up to 19 stone. You'll get there eventually. It's just, it takes time to get used to the heavyweights.
Mick, right here, brother.
OJ, how we doing?
What's going on, man? Listen, I want to give you a chance quickly to just shout out everybody that's got you here. I know you had a long journey the first time you came over to America for your first fight. And for the people that don't know, I mean, it takes a whole army to get you there, right? So who are the people that helped you get to where you're at right now?
Obviously, I retired from fighting about 5-6 years ago. And there was a lad called Muzzy come up to us and says, would you fight again? And I laughed at him and said, no, I was about 23 stone, pure fat, and enjoying life. And he managed to talk us into it. I'm glad he did. It's probably been the best change I've had in my life. I've also got Andy Davison, my trainer. Couldn't do anything without him. He does everything for us. Marvin's come over with us. Obviously, my wife and kids. That's all I need, really.
And then there's been some names floating around there. I know Ben Rothwell's back there. I've heard Mark Hunt. I also know there's a guy out there that's done sort of a super fight in the past, goes by the name of the Gypsy King. He's got a fight coming up. Do you think he would be open to having a, sort of a super fight, see who's the baddest heavyweight on the planet?
Is that Tyson Fury, Gypsy King? I mean, if I can get Tyson Fury, that would be great. And I look up to Tyson Fury. I think everyone does. He's that big. But if I can't get that fight, that would be a great fight. If I get Mark Hunt, it's great. If it's Ben Rothwell, I'm in. You know what I mean? I don't care who it is or where it is. Just give us a contract, I'm in.
Mick, this is Howie Etherton of Knuckletown. One question. Did Lorenzo say it was okay that you were the champ? Because there ain't no champ unless Lorenzo says so.
Lorenzo needs to humble himself up a little bit. There's no champ unless I say so today. But I don't know why Lorenzo thinks he's got the right to say that. It's just fights happen. In a couple of years' time, I'll probably get beat. It's just the circle of life. You know what I mean? It's come to an end now.
Hey, Mick, congratulations, boss. Just to follow up on my guy OG, he talked about a super fight with Tyson Fury. That could legitimately happen. One fight that probably wouldn't happen, but I want to ask if you fantasize about it ever. A fight of you and Tom Aspinall. Has that ever crossed your mind? I mean, you guys could absolutely sell out Wembley Stadium. Has it ever crossed your mind, and how do you think that would go?
I don't know much about Tom Aspinall. I'm not an MMA follower. Obviously, I've seen him through. He trains with Eddie Hall now. I've seen him through there. He's a big kicker and a big puncher. I dare say if I went MMA, he would snap my arms off. If we're boxed, I would have a good chance, I think.
It'd be a big fight.
It would be. He's a big lad.
All right, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. He retained tonight. Give it up for Mick Terrell. Mick Terrell, thanks for stopping by, man. Go out, hold that title. We'll see you next fight. Thank you. And next up, I want to bring him up, Big Ben Rothwell. A lot of talk of Big Ben Rothwell and Mick Terrell. We heard media asking that as he stands up there and takes some pictures. Big Ben Rothwell waits in the wings. Is that a fight that could happen? A lot of you are asking. We're going to speak to Big Ben Rothwell quickly after you get your photos with Mick Terrell. There he is, the heavyweight champion of the world. Thank you very much, Mick Terrell. Big Ben Rothwell on the way up. These two are going to pass each other. They're going to shake hands like true warriors. That's a fight we could see. We'll open up the floor for questions for Big Ben Rothwell.
Thailand with the Weekly Buzz. Ben, wow, man, you have shown your loyalty to BKFC, right? And you have come out and you've done it once again. This time, you did it on your own terms. I feel like you came back. Can you give us an explanation of what happened on the first the meetup you guys were supposed to have in Salt Lake?
Beating a dead horse here. I got sick, and Todd questioned it. He made a lot of remarks about Thanksgiving dinner, taking me out, and questioned it if I was ducking him, things of this nature. It's like, I've been doing this for 20 some years. I'm a professional. I kind of laughed at him, and he told me behind closed doors, he's like, well, I got to promote the fight. But I'm like, I still sensed that he really thought that. So when this fight got rebooked, I really picked it up because I wanted to come in and I really had something to prove to him. And it was funny because on Thursday, he made a social media post talking about, yeah, let's see if this guy even makes weight. I'm going to get paid more money. And I was like, motherfucker. And Well, I showed up at 275 on Friday, and it was funny is because not all the guys were there at noon on the dot to weigh in. I was, and Todd was. And Todd was there to watch me weigh in. So I was like, right then and there, I knew I was in his head. And when he seen the scale and he seen me flex at 275, I seen that I was definitely in his head quite a bit. So that's part of the game. It's a mental game that you got to be tough and you got to not care about such nonsense. That also made me, I didn't want to go at Lorenzo Hunt, but he was all complaining about B side, A side. And I'm like, I wanted to grab the mic and said, I don't give a fuck what side of the table. Put me under the table. Put me back there. I don't care. I am what I am. Made up number, A side, B side. Like, that's the kind of shit that you got to get out of your head. And this is like, and unfortunately, yeah, it didn't go his way, right? So I think all these kind of things like add up. And that's why a lot of times I'm not the vocal type before a fight because I am so focused. And I think I heard from a lot of people that could see how focused I was for this fight. That's why I was so disappointed because I had a lot to show and I didn't get to show it. That's how I feel. So the fans have been absolutely amazing to me. California has been so cool to me, congratulating me, telling me what a great fight it was. So that just further puts me over the edge of how much I love the fans and why I'm doing this though. Like I'm upset because it's like, yeah, I got paid. I don't care. Like I wanted to put on a great performance. This is a historic moment for the BKFC, for David Feldman, the BKFC staff. They've done an absolutely amazing job. Just in the bit of time I've been with them, I'm blown away by how much work and they've done to this. And I'm proud to be sitting here and being a part of this.
Ben, you and Mick were both in there for a short period of time tonight. You both got the wins. You both had your face off up there. Could we see a quick turnaround, book this thing as soon as possible and get it done?
You know, him and I both say yes. So it's the powers that be. You know, it's not him and I are in. We're in it. I'll fight him right now. Like he's lucky I'm being nice right now. So I'm in. It's just we got to make it happen. We need these awesome fans to really put some pressure on the BKFC, and I think they'll make it happen. And it's gonna be a great fight. I can tell. I just real quick, when I watched Mick beat Arnold Adams, I was kind of watching the fight, and I was, you know, not so respectful. I was like, man, I'm really gonna walk through this guy quick. And being around him this week and watching his performance with Lorenzo, he's improved already some more, and I'm bringing it. Like all that really happened tonight is I'm turning it up, and I'm going to bring the best version I've ever brought into the combat sport.
Hey Ben, I think we have one more for you over here.
Hey Ben, congrats on the win, my man. You've been beloved no matter where you go. You know, been in the game for 2 decades now, and you're a bona fide company man for BKFC. I want to ask, from a company perspective, what would you say is the biggest difference of fighting for BKFC and fighting for the UFC?
In the UFC, you get very easily lost in the shuffle. It's massive, and you're kind of just another number, so to speak. Well, here it's, you know, I'm on the ground floor with this. Like we're building this, and I feel like I have a different idea. When I first came here, I knew I had this opportunity. Like I'm on the ground floor to help build this thing, and it's the best I can sum it up. You know, obviously they're two different, but they're also distinctly different combat sports too. That's why I'm also part of this. Like, you know, we're different. Like that's MMA and that's separate, and this is bare knuckle fighting. You know, this is its own thing, and that's why it's fucking badass, and I'm happy to be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Big Ben Rothwell, a fan favorite here in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Thank you.
Thank you, Big Ben. There she is, Crystal, the rugged beauty Pitman. Big win tonight.
Hi. Hey there, Crystal. This is Tylen from the Weekly Bust. Congratulations on your win tonight. You went in there, you dominated. You came in there swinging. For your opponent, it looked like you might have knocked out some teeth. Is that what you seen too in the ring?
You know, I don't know if I saw that. I saw some missing after, but I really got flung across the ring from Beltran when we were done with the fight. So I don't know where I was for a second, actually.
KnuckleTown.com. Congratulations, Crystal, on your win. During the fight, of course, you know, as they were going around questioning, we've heard from the Misfit, who had a couple words to say about possible a fight with you. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I just found that out too. And I know she's been itching to come up to 135. I truly feel like I'm the queen of the 135 division, so I'm absolutely open for her to come up there. I will greet her with open arms. I will never run from a fight, so that's my division. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jenny from the Knuckle Hub. What a great fight tonight. It seems like every opponent that you have that gets brought into you seems to either leave or have some excuse to not fight you. Do you think they're going to be able to find someone that's actually comparable to you in the ring at all?
Comparable to, I just feel like the women's division is constantly growing. All of the women have great talent and stuff. So, I mean, bare knuckle is a very, very different. You either have the grit or you don't, and you can't last. So maybe they might try it out. But as far as comparable, like I said, I feel like I'm the 135 queen right now. So I guess we're just gonna have to see.
Congratulations on your win, Crystal. Jordan from the Knuckle Hub. You are known as the voice for the voiceless. Can you talk about that?
Yes, I'm. When I first got into this, I knew that I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. And what that means is anybody who has survived from abuse or domestic abuse, and that includes actually abused animals too. Me and my boyfriend work on foundations and stuff. So it's one of those where I wanted to do this for them and not for me, to show them that they can still shine after surviving something really traumatic in their life.
Looks like we have a couple more over here for you, Crystal.
Crystal, I just want to ask, I know that there was an opponent shift right here in the middle. Just can you talk a little bit about having to make that adjustment before the fight to fight in Sydney?
As far as like just taking on a
maybe strategy?
Yeah, you know, it helps because she has had fights with BKFC before. It's a new phase, but the mission is the same. So we just keep the game plan. We do exactly what we're supposed to. Well, me. If I don't, my coaches will beat my ass. No, but I just keep to the plan, so it doesn't change too much. It's just new phase, same mission.
Hey there, Crystal. Weekly
Hi.
Bust again. We've seen some other fighters that are in your division here in the stadium. One of them being Jessica Borga, the other being, Faria is talking about moving up. Who do you see yourself lining up against more likely then? Because Jessica is here to make attention, and she was here to watch your fight. What do you think of Jessica and you meeting up?
She's my teammate. We're shift girls, and you don't fuck with shift girls. That's my teammate, so we won't be fighting up. But there is, she's ready to take on anybody for the 145 division, and same goes for me. We got some girls that want to fight me too at 135.
Hey there, Crystal. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Great counter hook to end it. My question to you is this. The president, Mr. David Feldman, straight said that he is looking for other fighters to come into BKFC. What would be a dream bout for you at 135, given the fact that you are the queen of that division?
A dream bout as far as somebody new coming in. I mean, I really have been just focusing on growing as a fighter, and I'm so open to, and my dream fight would really be anybody who wants to challenge me for that position. I'm not giving it up, it's mine. So my dream bout really is anybody right now. We slim pickings, but I'm ready, and I'm ready, and I'm eager, and I'm constantly growing. So I'm excited for it.
And I think that's why the fans love watching you so much, because they know you're ready, you're willing, you're ready to go anytime they ask you to. Crystal, the rugged beauty, Pitman, great fight tonight. Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Alfredo doesn't speak English very well, but he just said bonus.
Everything I say with money, the same money, I speak.
Alfredo, right here in the middle, congratulations. Obviously a different experience fighting without the gloves. Can you just describe what it was like out there for the short time you were in the ring?
Pues me sentí muy bien arriba del ring, sinceramente sin guantes. Lo único que no me gustó es pues que me jalaron el pelo como si fuera una niña, pero
I felt great. The only thing I didn't like that they pulled my hair like I was a little girl.
During the fight, there were a few people thinking this might get stopped. He might, it may not go your way. At any point, were you seriously hurt?
A cualquier punto de la pelea estuviste afectado con los golpes. Potencialmente pensaban que la podrían parar.
No, sinceramente, como ya conocen al perro, el perro tiene quijada para aguantar. Gracias a Dios. Lo que me movió, descontroló fueron las jaladas de pelo que me dieron.
As you guys know, I'm a dog and, you know, I have a good chin. So the only thing that kind of threw me off was the pulling of the hair.
Jordan with the Knuckle Hub. I'm going to say this in Spanish first and then I'll translate it. Enhorabuena por tu victoria y por tu espectacular rendimiento. Siendo un boxeador profesional muy consumado, ¿cómo se siente la preparación para esta pelea diferente de un combate de boxeo tradicional y cómo ha reaccionado tu base de fans a tu transición a la lucha con los nudillos desnudos? What I said is, with you being a very accomplished professional boxer, how did preparing for this fight feel different from a traditional boxing match? And how has your fan base reacted to your transition to bare knuckle fighting?
Pues sinceramente fue un poquito difícil porque tuvimos que ajustar algunas cosas. Tuvimos que volver un poquito al amateur porque en el amateur se pelean 2 minutos nada más, en el profesional 3. Y casi muy poquitas cosas tuvimos que cambiar, pero yo creo que los fanáticos esta noche dieron el resultado de que el perro está de regreso y yo creo que ustedes pudieron ver la gente cómo reaccionó.
We had some quiet adjustments through camp. It was a little tough, but definitely took me to the amateur days where there were 2-minute rounds. And I think the fans, you know, loved it. I think it was a great outcome.
Fernando Pimentel, once again, 210 Boxing TV. Considering that you're talking about your hair and it getting pulled, are you thinking maybe the next time you come out, you're going to have a haircut?
Yes. Pues, maybe. Yo creo que se lo voy a cortar, pero no me vaya a pasar lo que le pasó a Sansón.
Yeah, maybe. I will definitely consider that, but maybe cutting the hair will be like the story of Sanson.
And finally, it's your first BKFC event, and you earned a bonus for Knockout of the Night. Talk about the preparation for this. I know, as they stated, you're a boxing man. You have so many boxing fans, and they came and supported you. Just talk about the transition from it.
La transición del cambio del boxeo a BKB.
Pues yo creo que la transición del boxeo a BKB, yo creo que mis fanáticos la están tomando muy bien. Yo creo que les gustó. Yo creo que pudieron ver la reacción de la gente esta noche y quiero agradecer a mi equipo de trabajo de Westside Boxing que hicieron un gran trabajo esta noche y quiero darle mucho las gracias a John Bernari por esta oportunidad y a David también quiero agradecerle por la oportunidad de serme parte de BKB y BKFC, perdón. Y yo creo que para la próxima que venga vamos a venir mucho mejor que en esta ocasión.
Yes, I want to thank my team at Westside Boxing, John Benetti and David, of course. And yeah, I felt great. I think the fans, we are trending now. So I think the fans liked it and enjoyed the show today, definitely. But next time, as his manager, David, this is BKFC. We don't, I thought this was a warrior game. We don't want no, sorry, excuse my French, no bitches up in here, no bitch pulling hair. This is warrior games, guys. So pussy shit, exactly.
Give it up for Knockout Night and Alfredo Angulo. We have one more for you back here, Alfredo, and then you can head out.
One last question. The end game is obviously the belt, and that's going to be on the line with Austin Trout and Luis Palomino in August. Is there anybody else in that 165-pound division that interests you, possibly Elvin Brito or a Jake Lindsay, someone like that?
Alguien que te interese los nombres que están en la línea de 165 libras. ¿Quién te potencialmente te interesa?
Sinceramente, yo nunca he buscado nombres en toda mi carrera. Yo lo que busco nada más son grandes peleas para darle un gran espectáculo a la gente. El que me pongan enfrente, yo con gusto lo acepto y enfrento al oponente que sea.
We're not looking for no names. We just want to put the best shows out there. So no names, whatever throws my way, I want to be ready and throw some blows.